What can we expect? Forimba, Chinese player playing modern Chinese table tennis. So he's trying to attack as soon as he can, playing very well both wings. Wlad, very good control player, a little bit more backhand orientated, but don't be fooled. Whenever he has a good ball on the forehand, he can take the advantage of that as well, and there we go, a massive backhand from Forimba. And again, you have to be very precise with the returns, like serve return, third ball. Very, very important against Forimba, as he will just take over the rally whenever you give him any loose balls.
Let's serve.
So Wlad definitely has to be precise to serve receive, and then Wlad is very good at just playing that controlled spin quality game. Just like now the backhand, it wasn't the fastest shot. It was definitely much slower than what we've seen from Forimba in the previous points, but you can see that the quality is just very, very hard to tame. Even for a player like Forimba, who is a very, very good table tennis player. You could see very good body movement, trying to use the whole body for that forehand Forimba, but unfortunately catching the net. Usually in those situations you have two options. Either you like squat, you take the ball lower, but then you have to brush a little bit more up, or you could just step in and just try to take the ball a little bit sooner, but he chose the first option. Didn't work this time. Very good control from Wlad, and beautiful backhand to finish off the point, and he's the one with 2 points lead, 2 serves in his hand, so it's looking very promising. First point goes to Forimba, closing the gap, 9-8. That wasn't the best of the return. I think he misread the spin, maybe thought there was more spin, and Wlad put on the serve, and the return was a little bit too high, and Wlad, even if you put him away from the table, as soon as he gets his hand on the ball that he feels comfortable with, even if he doesn't kill it, there's just so much quality when he spins the ball that it's very, very hard to deal with. And also Wlad is a smart player, so if you always keep playing the same fast tempo, then you will just be ready. Forimba definitely needs to change the tempo from time to time. Can't keep it in one rhythm. Again, wow, I could just see just from the movement and how the ball acted that it was so loaded. And we can see even a player who is just a very good player on the other side of the table from Wlad, and he knows what to expect, but it's still more than you expect. More than you expect with the experience and the knowledge, so that's just amazing how much spin Wlad can produce. And he's the one leading that second game. And this time we could see Forimba learned from the experience that he has to go a little bit more over, but this time he went like perfectly against the spin, so the ball just died on the racket. That's why it's just very, very difficult to play against a player like Wlad. I would honestly prefer to play beautiful backhand from Wlad. The ball deep into Forimba's backhand, and right now it's Wlad with 4 match points to win that first match. And he needs just one. Wlad to serve. Good return. Flick down the line. And Forimba takes the first point. It's 1-1 already. Again, we can see it's like when Forimba is attacking, Wlad knows like, okay, the shot is in kind of this range. A little bit of flack for Forimba putting the ball back on the table, but Wlad was aware. I think Forimba already thought the point is finished, but good for Wlad that he knows that it's not over until it's over. Beautiful defense from Forimba, 4-2. A little bit of fortune going to Wlad. Yeah, and as I was saying, like when Forimba is attacking, Wlad kind of knows that, okay, it's somewhere in this range. So if I angle my paddle in this range, then it should be more or less okay. And for Forimba, you can see like when Wlad is attacking, it's just one ball goes out, one ball goes in the net, because Wlad is just varying the spin so much that it's keeping Forimba on his toes. And there's always the risk that you didn't close your racket enough and then the ball will just fly out. But sometimes if you just close it, like if it was a super spin shot again, you close it properly, but then it's less spin and suddenly the ball lands in the net. So that's definitely not very comfortable to play against. And again, Wlad with 2 points lead. So far each set, whenever we're moving to like the deciding moment of the set, it's always Wlad in the lead. Hi, pal. Good placement from Forimba. Wlad didn't move enough in time and 9-0. It's Forimba with the serve, so. Ay. That was very, very ambitious. He was not in a good position to attack that. But here Forimba did a very good job to open with the back. But Forimba for now, it seems like, again, if someone is playing closer to what he's used to, then he's showing a little bit of a higher level. And in this match, he has a lot of trouble. The way Wlad is playing. Of course, it's not like Forimba is not Fanzhen Dong, and like the level is a little bit lower here, but just the perspective that when the top Chinese player struggled in Europe, and in theory you would think, okay, this is the best player in the world, and Forimba so far is like I see some similarities. He's also not performing his best whenever someone is playing a little bit more unorthodox style for him. You can say it. Not about Wlad, like in this case, because Wlad is playing like perfectly normal table tennis. It's just that he's not mirroring what Forimba is doing. Okay, this is the first game, first set, where Forimba is in the lead. When we're moving to the deciding moment of the set, beautiful backhand, makes it 8-5, and he has the second serve in his hand. Wow, very good control from Wlad. Beautiful point. Beautiful point. Wlad has just very good control. Moving Forimba around. You could see it was Forimba taking the initiative, but in the end it was Wlad moving him around and using his shot against him. Very good placement down the line, and Forimba with 4 game points to make it 1-0. Misses the serve. Beautiful backhand from Wlad. Beautiful block. Still trailing by 2, but he's the one with the serve. And Forimba this time waits for the right ball and to start that third game of the second match.
Sorry.
Ay. Forimba catches the edge there. Next 1-0.
就追踪了。
You can see that Forimba is starting to feel a little bit more confident. And is a little bit more free, going for a little bit more power in his shots.
我操，这么凶！
Beautiful flick, beautiful flick.
他可以跑到台子里面来。哇，
This time
非常
Wlad
爽。
taking the ball a little bit earlier and beautiful backhand to put it past Forimba.
好这。
And what goes around comes around. This time the fortune going to Wlad and 7-1. That's a huge, huge lead.
还有变化，
8-1.
找一下位置。算了，
Gonna be very, very difficult for Forimba right now. Because the next match gonna be full pressure on him. He loses this one. Because you can't let yourself get 3 matches behind
有个很大的问题在
against
这
a
个游
player
戏里
like
面，
Wlad.
我看不出来他们到底有多赚。
There we have it. Forimba definitely cheering himself up. Wlad, very good reach, controlling the ball, and
Let's serve.
he takes the point. And as we see, even if you take the initiative, it still doesn't guarantee anything. You just have to be very, very smart about how you play and where you play.
这也不赚。 这个
A
算。
bit of fortune going Vlad's way.
对。
Sometimes there are moments when everything is working out for you. Everything is
现在还只
basically
能加
working
4
out.
2天。
Doesn't matter what you do. And right now it kind of looks a little bit like that
稳不过他。
for Wlad. Yeah, we can
Oh,
see
that's
like
okay, it's fine.
here he just played a chop because he was out of position, like the previous point where it was a little bit lucky for him. Again, the backhand, he was not in a good position, but touches top of the net and point goes to him.
Oi.
Again, more arc, less speed, but doesn't mean less quality. Speed is not always everything. Wow, beautiful backhand.
就
Wow,
完了。
you could see in the movement that it was loaded. Beautiful backhand from Wlad. And he takes the first game, but
谁知道是不赚了？ 好的。
this time the footwork was very good from Wlad to just recover that net shot. Very good control from Wlad, and 4-0. He's the one having the serve right now, and wow, amazing backhand. That was Kuyanga style. Beautiful backhand there, Wlad. And here again a little bit more control, but much more spin, and wow, Wlad's backhand so versatile today. Beautiful to watch. Forimba trying,
那么远
but
了，对吗？
seems like nothing is working, and
调整一
on
下，
top of that, you have someone
Alright.
playing really, really well on the other side of the table, so
出来，弄起来。哎，sorry，sorry。这是啥嘛？
yeah. Very good opening, very fast and strong opening from Forimba, but that's the case. If you play fast, your opponent gets the ball well. It comes back with almost the same speed that you're playing to your opponent, so you have to be very, very quick to recover.
Sorry，前一个。
5 more match points in that third match for Vlad. And he takes it now.
回不来。
Do you try to go into Vlad's game? I don't think that's a good idea, so that's the thing. I think he knows he has to risk, and that's what he's willing to do. That's basically like the only option. The only option that makes sense at this point. But we can see Vlad is just very, very calm and just dealing with Forimba like it's a piece of cake for him. Because we see no extra movement. Vlad is just moving as much as he thinks he has to. Wow, beautiful forehand from Forimba. He needs that. Or maybe not that, but that type of shots a little bit more often. And again, a chop from Vlad. Not only saving him, but winning him the point. Yeah, Vlad just playing a little bit like Waldner with Forimba. He's just controlling him over and over and then sending him left and right. A little bit of flair.
我以为超转。
I honestly like a lot what we've seen from Vlad in this match. I really, really like it. Very exciting to watch. This time he didn't win the point, but we could see again same sequence. Forimba just running around him, but just sending him left and right.
看我高调很难。选一个。这么帅吗？
And with 2 set points. First one saved by Forimba. Second serve from Vlad.
我操，直接被摁。
Ay. Nice attempt. Very calculated, but also very smart play.
不要跳，不要跳，好好打。
Beautiful backhand, beautiful.
冲死啊！好久。
Yeah, we can see in this case, like Vlad was just leaning to get the ball back. So I think There still could be
这
a
够
little bit
酸
of
了
the
呀，这
problem.
巨酸。过来，出来，摆就摆短一点。哎，有点在下我了。
Beautiful
放
rally.
过了。
Unfortunately, lost any longer than this. Point goes to Wlad, and looks like he's in a very, very good position to win it right now.
吐都吐不到。这是不算得分的。
And that again, Forimba did all the right things, but just that is just too good right now. This comes back against many of the players, it would never come back. So not much you can do, and Wlad with 4 match points to win the match. Very, very convincing fashion. So, and there we have it. Very, very impressive.
Really good match.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Bye.